So, as you can see, James was not feeling well enough to eat last night. We hadn't been sleeping nearly enough. He thinks that he's been sleeping well enough up until a couple days ago, but he has not been getting enough sleep. So what I'm having for breakfast this morning is, we've been having a lot of beautiful sunrises lately that have been this color, like the orange tangerine. Lovely. So, but this is red and orange bell peppers with, James has ginger and lime in his. I just have ginger in mine, and I'm having hot lemon with honey. He doesn't actually like the hot lemon and honey, so it's easier for him to just take the citrus inside the gross juice, because for him it's gross. The lime or lemon, he doesn't like it. And he used to love oranges. He used to eat a ton of oranges, but he hasn't even been eating very many of those. And I do want him to get the citrus, right? So anyway, and we're having kiwis for dessert. Yeah, but basically he's having supper for breakfast because he couldn't handle supper last night. He wasn't gonna sit all with him, so he ate mangoes. So I suppose I should stick some of this in there, because although I don't like to do it this way, I like to just take it on a spoon, but I haven't managed to. I've been meaning to crack one of these suckers open and just grind up the pepper in my coffee grinder. There, that'll be plenty. But because I don't like taking it this way, it kind of sticks to my throat. But it's funny, you just try things. Like I had tried at first. I tried taking just the turmeric powder on a spoon, because I had no problem taking the pepper that way. But that just about made me ill. That was really bad. It's better to just mix it in the juice. And you might think to yourself, well, I can't do that. That's disgusting. And yeah, it's disgusting. But honestly, I've read a lot of recipes, I guess, for different gross juices that the people who make them are claiming that they're good, good recipes. Put turmeric in, whatever, it's going to be gross. And anyway, or a medicinal amount, right? If you put it in a curry or something, well, that's going to be good, but there's not enough in there. That's just a culinary dose, not a medicinal dose. Anyway, so that's a medicinal dose of turmeric in each of our juices. And if I put a medicinal dose of turmeric in anything, it's going to be disgusting. So, and the ginger. Oh, if I took that much ginger all the time, every day, in anything, it would be gross. So it's better to just, a lot of the time I've seen carrot ginger juice and stuff. People mix carrot and ginger. It just makes carrot juice bad, putting the ginger in there. And yeah, it's tolerable, but why not just put all of your gross ingredients together that you hate and that you can manage to keep down, and then just get it over with quickly. So I'm gonna be, and you eat what you feel like you can eat. If you can't eat anything but that kiwi, then that's fine too. Okay. So I went to the Days for Girls Club. I was telling you about the group that makes menstrual pads, and washable menstrual pads. So
reusable.
Yeah. Reusable. I'm tired. So I met a couple of the women who do that at the public library. They had a little table set up, And then I went to their meeting. I guess they have it. They won't be having one for July, but they'll be doing it again in August. So it's the
You
first.
say it's a monthly meeting.
Yes, first Monday of the month from 1 to 3 p.m. at First Baptist Church, 1614 Fifth Ave South, Lethbridge. And if the first Monday is a holiday, then they do it the second Monday. But they're not doing it for July. So, luckily I went to this meeting. So it gives me a whole extra month to try to figure out how to do these properly before I... but I guess it doesn't matter. Anyway, because on the meeting, we were just, each person was doing a different step or whatever. And I was trying to learn as many of the steps as possible so that I can then do this at home. But, so like tracing out, they have different
Patterns.
And then, so they trace this, and then for stitching, they put this here so that they know where to follow, like when you're running it through the sewing machine, right? So then everything is, they're all the same size, which makes it handier. So, but anyway, you cut this, and then you cut, usually what they do is for the shield, which is it's like a plastic kind of fabric, so it doesn't run through, so they have that, and then they have a couple cloth on the outside of that, right? So it's comfortable for the woman to wear, or girl. And so they cut that one a little bigger, and then they cut the cloth, the regular cloth cotton ones, exactly this size. And yeah, and then, well, I'll show you one that, so I ran through the steps with the women, and one woman, she had a very nice fancy sewing machine. She was showing me on her sewing machine how to do these, and so she showed me this one. She was very, she's much like my mother, likes everything needs to be perfect, and so she's a very good person for this group to have, because this is perfect. She did a very good job on this. And so then what you do is, like this one isn't complete yet. This is almost complete. So you've cut out all these pieces. So this is doubled up, each side of this, and then there's a seam. They run a seam on each of this, and they give, oh, I'll show you. So they gave me a kit to take home so I could practice these. See, they're sewn a seam. And this is the seam here. So then they put all these together, and they sew all of this together. So inside you can't see, but there's a plasticized sort of fabric here, and that keeps from the blood from going through onto your clothing or whatever, right? So that's very smart. So it's inside of here. It's inside between the two cloth layers, between the two cotton layers. So now this, I wouldn't use this fabric for myself.
It looks kind of rough.
Exactly.
What
and
are
so
they
some
thinking?
of it, yeah.
Like, couldn't they get some satin?
This is very
satin?
durable. No,
Yeah.
it wouldn't be satin, but
Okay.
if you, like, they did use the fabric that I would use for the inserts, which is kind of a baby blanket, sort of soft.
Yeah. So flannel, maybe?
Like, yeah.
Of course.
A nice
Like,
cotton.
what are they thinking of?
Nice
I mean, this is, well, it's
yeah.
not as bad as denim, but it looks...
So against her skin, actually, here is the soft.
Okay.
Yeah. So, but I mean, this is going to rub along her legs, maybe.
Oh.
Right.
Yeah.
So anyway.
Anyway, yeah, they're trying.
But they're trying, and I can work from here with the information they've given me, and I will continue to help them with their project. When we were working on this what was that? When was that? It was the other day.
Within the last week, I'd say.
Yeah. It was the other day. Anyway, it would have been the first Monday.
Well, there we go.
Whatever.
I would have been.
And so.
It would have been about a week ago then.
It wasn't even. It was this week.
Okay,
so maybe
well,
it
would
was
have been
Monday.
Well, it's
Tuesday?
Wednesday today, right?
Yeah, it was
so
Monday.
It's 2 days ago.
So anyway.
It's Wednesday.
So they put the soft fabric here, and then they'll be putting snaps in. So they put this together, punch a hole through, put the snaps, and then you can snap that onto your panties, right? So the soft flannelly sort of fabric is going to be in here against the woman's genitalia. But then this would be sharp along here. I think they need to work on this a little bit.
Yeah.
This is too, I know this is very durable. So, and probably, the stuff that we did on Monday was going to be shipped off to the Congo. And I'm sure the young ladies who are getting those products in the Congo are very, very thankful to be getting them, even though this is not a great material. And maybe durable is what they need. I mean, they only have for Days for Girls. You can go to www.daysforgirls.org, and that's all lowercase letters. They have 5,000 volunteers internationally doing this for girls who don't have the income for disposable products or the means for feminine hygiene products at all. But so this is helping people a lot, and I'm glad that I met them, and I'm glad that I was a part of that. So some of my work on Monday is going to help some people in the Congo, and that's wonderful. And then I will try to work on this a little bit more and on my own, and see if I can come up with something better. But yeah, they gave a whole bunch of patterns and stuff like that, and apparently you can get this information if you just go to the website too. So yeah, we'll see. So I'll see what I can do. I'm not very good with a sewing machine. Or sewing in general. I have made quilts, but they don't end up very good. I'm not like my mother that way. She's amazing. She would do very well with this group. She'd be very good at a wonderful addition to this. So I'll see if I can try to convince my family. This is the First Baptist Church, did I say? Yeah, who's doing this here. But I'll see if I can convince some of anyway, I'll see if I can convince my family up north to put together something like this to help them out, because I have a lot of, especially the French side of my family, there's a lot of people on the French side, and so if nothing else, I want to try to convince my grandmother is doing, people will bring their clothing and stuff for her to hem and whatever, and she just volunteers her time doing that, and so why not volunteer doing this, and then she could at least get all of the family members, the young women in the family, outfitted into these. So then we're at least our family is putting less of a strain on the environment, dumping menstrual products into the landfills, because honestly, yeah, everybody should be using these. And I know some people want to use tampons. They're very convenient. I don't think they're very healthy, and I think they're very unhealthy, actually. Even that, like the ones that are made 100% cotton and whatever. I mean, I don't think it's healthy to be holding menstrual blood inside of you. It's meant to flow out, or else the body would construct it to stay in. The body's a miraculous thing. It works how it's supposed to work if you let it. So I know a lot of people are really into different things, like they like the tampons, but they don't like using tampons. They don't like actual tampons, so they'll try to do things like use natural sponges. Same thing, you're keeping that menstrual blood in. I don't think it's supposed to stay there. And the pH is wrong. It's not meant to be left in there. And then there's people use the cups, so the silicone cups. I can't think of what they're called right now. But anyway, and they're good for the environment. I don't know. They're a lot better than using a sponge or using a tampon for the body, because then they would just be that would just be held. Basically, it's just a little bubble that, and it doesn't um, react with your body at all, right? Silicone, that's safe. And then the blood would just be kept against the cervix, so you're not potentially harming your probiotic bacteria too much in the vaginal canal if it's kept away from that. So it's a better product that way. But then you have to think, well, is it really safe for me to be inserting my fingers in public? Is this hygienic? Am I going to be able to do this hygienically? Like at home, sure.
Yeah.
At least I've thought through all this, and I don't believe it's a good idea. So I think this is the way to go, the cloth menstrual pads. That's what I ended up going with. The first one that I got was a Luna Pads thing. And then what I ended up doing is I just started, you know how you put the cloth inserts here this is nice to have this all held in place, but what I'd do is I just put the Luna Pads thing on the bottom, and then I'd put cloth, the absorbent cotton fabric, just over top of that, and then it worked out really well. So then I was just having to exchange that fabric more frequently, and the Luna Pads thing was basically just like a liner, just in case there was overflow through the fabric, the inserts. So yeah. And then I just kept that in, like, if you're working or whatever, you just have, like, this is not a very good bag, but a Ziploc freezer bag, and you have that in your backpack or whatever, and you just keep your pads in there, your inserts, until you get home, and you wash them out. That's all. It's really very simple. Oh, do you need more water?
No thanks.
Okay.
I gotta be heading pretty soon. I'm just gonna go get a shower.
Yeah.
Change the clothes.
So anyway, that's what's new with me. I'm working on this, so I'm gonna go try to get some better fabric. Actually, this stuff is too, it's too sharp. Even here, I like the one woman was talking who showed me with the sewing machine, who was really meticulous. She showed me to cut just before sewing, to cut the liner, the plastic size fabric, at the corner before sewing, so it's not all bunchy thick there. And that's a great idea, because that's not going to come. Those corners don't do anything for the liner. They're not. The liner's going to be held in place just fine if it's just here and here. Anyway, and I think about the same thing at these corners, just for comfort, because when you're walking and stuff, things rub, and you don't want any more rubbing any thicker than necessary, right? Or it's gonna hurt. It's not gonna be comfortable, and if it's not comfortable, you're not gonna keep wearing it. You're gonna go back to whatever unhealthy products you used before, because at least they were comfortable. Anyway, so I'm gonna see if I can work on this for, like, from a comfort kind of angle and improve it that way. But I'll keep helping them out in whatever way they do, but for myself, for my family, trying to convince them to use this. I would like to convince as many of my loved ones as possible, and my loved ones' loved ones, and my loved ones' loved ones, to use these things, because disposable stuff should not be going into the landfill. There's nothing, it doesn't make sense. It's so easy to use these reusable, safe menstrual pads. It's so easy. You just have to get used to doing it. So that's it.